Texas football is pretty bad right now. What is up, Universal Sports Group? Today's topic of choice is Texas. Now, what you're thinking? Hey, discrediting Texas. I thought you told us Billy Baggs was a good coach. If Florida beat him, that doesn't mean it's a step forward for Billy. You know, you're a Buckeye. Like, you guys barely squeaked past them 14-7. That scoreboard's a lie. But that makes your resume look bad and yada, yada, yada. Not here to say that. Billy took a step forward. I don't know why he didn't have DJ Lagway having reps with the ones until 4 weeks into the season, but that's an indictment on itself. And I'm on record saying, you can look it up in the group, after the first quarter, I said Texas can't keep up. Did we light him up on the scoreboard? No. But Ryan Day coached that game in a way he just wanted to get out there with the W. He's like, well, okay, no reason to get super fancy, and this defense is supposed to be really, really good. The way we moved, the way we executed, the way everything looked for the first game out of the gate with a lot of new starters looked great. Ohio State's a dangerous team, but more on that at a different time. That was a legitimate win. We dominated Texas. It sounds crazy, I know. Like, well, 14-7. It's not domination. It's like, okay, before this year, Georgia beat Tennessee like 24-10. It's like, well, I mean, 14 points isn't domination. That's a good win, not domination. Georgia dominated Tennessee these past few years. Like, it wasn't close on the field. At no point was it truly competitive. It was Tennessee trying to go forward, and they really, really couldn't. That was domination. Georgia, Texas last year, it was domination. It was never close. There wasn't any back and forth. Georgia went in there and beat them up. That's dominating. That's we went in there and didn't do anything. It was an easy street. It was never close on the field. But that's just to clarify that point. What we're really here to talk about today is Texas itself. The way this team is structured is one of the most painful ways to watch your football team. When you have a really great defense and you waste it with a shitty offense, that is not a fun fan experience at all. That's how this team is built right now. Now, granted, is like 90% of it Arch's fault? Yes. He's very bad. Like, this isn't just not living up to expectations. That would be, being like a decent player and falling short of lofty expectations. Arch is very bad. He is Jeremy Johnson. And it's almost the same story with the hype and every preseason Heisman hype and all that stuff. He's Jeremy Johnson. He has a couple of NFL throws in him a game, but they're not consistent. His picks are very bad. And his accuracy it's just insane to come from that bloodline, So you don't inherit everything from everybody perfectly. Sometimes talent even skips a generation. It appears it has skipped a generation in the Manning family. It is not in Arch. He can't throw. There's way too many throws for a guy that has sat in, I know it's live football now, but you're 5 games in and you've been on campus, you've adjusted to college life. You practice against these guys in practice for the past 3 years. And if you're running with the 2s, you get to practice against the 1s before you do the good on good. So it's not like he hadn't seen a Division I defense. The amount of times that he throws the ball to absolutely no one is absurd. It's just awful. Arch is bad, and Sark's got to do something. But we know Texas has some big time politics, so it's NIL deals, certain NIL deals, and their that's the word I'm looking for, stipulations. Could be something like that. We don't know, because it doesn't make much sense for no one else to have really, really gotten a serious look yet. And all this is coming off of This is coming off of a number 1 recruiting class for Texas. That makes it worse. Your depth should be a bunch of all-stars, like your deep depth. Learning, but you should have really, really capable depth. Billy Baggs went in there and just beat that. He just beat that. Billy Baggs is calling the plays. Billy Napier, the very mediocre play caller, often bad, went in there and he just put the Texas defense, not in a blender, but he beat him up. He hit him with a left, and all right. and a left, and a hook, and a jab, and an uppercut, and that's a sign of multiple things. Guys could be losing faith, could be losing. They know Arch isn't coming out the game, so your defense could be an attitude thing. They could be quitting on you. Because Florida has a good offense, Florida has a lot of talent. Billy's just a bad play caller. And if this is the results you're starting to get over a defense that, granted, we kept it very vanilla. Ohio State kept it very vanilla on offense. And Bailey's not known for any very complex things, but this is how they're starting to respond as you get into the season. That's not a good thing at all. So on top of that, you look at the rest of their schedule. We'll wrap this up. You do not want to look at the back half of this schedule, bring what Texas is bringing, with 2 losses. Your playoff dreams are shot. You've got the Red River Shootout next, and Oklahoma looks good, even with Mike Hawkins Jr. in the game. People forget Mike Hawkins Jr., not a bad quarterback. I think Oklahoma has what it takes to beat Texas with Mike Hawkins Jr. Much less if John Materex gets healthy and goes out there. Then you're facing a real problem. And you don't want Arch Manning to play a Brent Venables defense. That'll be just the only thing you can do is run, and Venables has that covered. Then you want to talk about a pass rush? Oh, man. Arch holds the ball for 3.1. His average holding time is 3.1 seconds, which is also a nod to his offensive line. They're blocking. It's just Arch he can't read defenses, and he can't throw. So all you can do is run. That's not ideal for the Red River Shootout. I got to take Oklahoma in that game. And then a little bit after that, you've got Georgia. We already know how that's going to go. Texas is going to get dog walked again. If the savior son of Texas, Quinn Ewers, couldn't beat Georgia, what makes you think Arch Manning can? And Sark can't cook enough. He couldn't cook enough beans, steak, brisket, anything to get the Texas Longhorns past Georgia this year. And honestly, before Georgia, you got Vandy and Mississippi State. Mississippi State's good this year. State is a game big in question. Vanderbilt is a game big in question. Georgia, you're definitely not winning it. A&M, I get it. It's a rivalry. That's a coin toss. Yo, buddy. The Horns are down until further notice because you are legitimately looking at 8-4 is 8-4 is that is a hope and a prayer right now. You're probably looking at a 7-5 or 6-6 season, coming off of a number 1 recruiting class. College football semifinal do back-to-back Final Four appearances, and Arch was supposed to be the truth. Things keep rocking in Austin. Tragic. Let me know what y'all think.